Be the best today. Yes, be the best today with Princess D. Today I want us to tackle the topic of wisdom of being in love with yourself. Wisdom of being in love with yourself. Well, there's always a first day for anything in life. Most of you know me as Pastor DC or Pastor Dudu. Most of you know me as Princess D. And most of you also know me as Dr. DC. You also know me as a life coach. But for the first time today, that I'm letting you know that I am actually an NLP coach for about 5 years now. N standing for neurology. As you know, neurology has to do with our minds and how we think. L standing for linguistic. Linguistic as in language. So our mind has its own language that dictates to our behavior and actions. P for programming, as in the sequence of behavior, of actions that actually bring us to the expected end or the results or the outcome that you may desire. So NLP is about the language of our mind that triggers the behavior and the actions that bring certain results to our lives. And as I always say, as a man think in his own heart, or as a man think in his own mind, so is he. Our thoughts become things. So as I share today on the topic of wisdom of being in love with yourself, I want us to have a girl-to-girl talk in the issues of self-love. It is true that the environment that we are raised in, the education that we get, and the experience that we go through in life as people has much to do or contributes to the perception or the model of the world that we have, and maybe even the patterns of thoughts and the language of things that we speak and the behavior that we express out there. In this girl-to-girl talk, I want us to zoom into self. I know that most of the people nowadays are so much concerned about what is happening in the world, which brings so much confusion, uncertainty, stresses, and depression to our lives. But I want us this time to forget about the world and zoom into self, especially as girls. Having said that, as a man think in his own mind or in his own heart, so is he. And I'm talking here about your mind, your thoughts, the language of your mind, and the actions or behaviors that bring results. Some of the results you like them, some of the results you don't like. But I want you to know that you are the CEO of your life. You are the pilot in this jet called life. You are the driver of this Ferrari called life. And I want you as a girl to go back to the seat, the driving seat of your life. Doing that in the journey of your thoughts, of your language, and the words that you speak to yourself. I want you to know that the words, the language, the thoughts that you have about yourself and you say to yourself, silently so sometimes, matters most than the words and the language of other people and other things outside yourself. Oftentimes we think that our help comes from outside us, from other people out there, but I want you to know from today that the greatest help that you need for your life is there inside of you. You are such a resourceful person when it comes to your life. You just have to know that. Just have to believe that and to know how to tap into it. I want you, my sister, to pay attention to the words that you speak to yourself, to the thoughts that you are often entertaining inside you about yourself. Because those are the words and the thoughts that will either make or break you, that will either build or destroy you. Let me ask you this question at this point. What are the predominant thoughts that you have about yourself when you look, for an example, at the shape and the size of your head? Yes, you heard me well. What are the thoughts and the words that you speak to yourself when you look or when you think or when you pay attention to the shape and the size of your head? I know you grew up, your parents or maybe your friends or maybe your colleagues giving you names about the shape and the size of your head. But I want you to zero to yourself. What are these thoughts and words that you are saying about the shape and the size of your head? Because what you say and what you think about you matters most. If the words and the thoughts that you have about the shape and the size of your head makes you feel good, makes you excited, makes you happy, then I will say continue entertaining those thoughts and those words about the shape and the size of your head. But if those thoughts and the words that come silently within you when you pay attention to the shape and the size of your head makes you feel sad, inferior, or less than human, then I'll say to you, you have a chance of changing those thoughts and words that makes you or that takes away your energy. We can go on and say, what are the thoughts that you entertain? What are the ways that you speak silently within yourself when you look into the shape and the size of your eyes, the shape and the size of your forehead, the shape and the size of your ears, the shape and the size of your nose, the shape and the size of your lips? What are these thoughts that you are entertaining silently within yourself? And what are the ways that you often say to yourself about those parts of your body? And what feeling are you bringing to your emotions? What state of mind does it bring after entertaining those thoughts and those words that you think and you say about your parts of the body as into their shape and their size? Does the feeling that come out of you serve you? Does it bring out the energy? Does it make you feel you are the best thing in the world? Does it remind you that you are unique? In more than 8 billion people that are living in the world, there's only you, only one you. Girl, I said I want us to share on the wisdom of being in love with yourself. And being in love with yourself, among other things, to me mean guard your thoughts about you, guard your words about you, guard your language about you, how you feel about it, and what are the results that comes out of the thoughts that you entertain about yourself. When you can go on and on and on and think and speak those words about the size of your shoulders, the size and the shape of your breast, of your tummy, I just want you to zoom to yourself for some time and really engage with yourself. I want you to remove all the blockages that take away your happiness, and they are there inside of you. Well, I know it started off maybe you hearing your parents, you hearing your siblings, you hearing your friends, you hearing your relatives or your colleagues. But at the end of the day, you let those thoughts and those words in you and you assimilated them and it became you. And I want you to isolate those thoughts from the feelings and the behavior that ultimately come out of you. Loving yourself, being in love with yourself, also means cleaning the filter, cleaning your spirit, cleaning your inner being by eliminating all these thoughts and ways that attract negativity into you. You are such a beautiful, gorgeous, intelligent, genius girl. I want this journey of the wisdom of being in love with yourself to deal with the shadows that you have walked with most of your days. Remove those shadows and begin to walk in your light, in your great light, and shine the light out there. Because as you do that, you will be helping other girls to begin to deal with their shadows so that the brightness of their light comes out there. I am available to take you in the journey of dealing with all those blockages, with all those shadows that are within, and to start again attracting the light that is already inside of you. I am available to take you in the journey of self-discovery, of self-mastery, where you'll enjoy the best you are meant to be. Because when you were born, you are complete. And I need you to go back to that completeness, to that contentment and satisfaction as a beautiful, intelligent, genius, gorgeous girl. I am a call closer. I am a WhatsApp closer, just to help you in the journey of self-love. I remember the words that were spoken by my mother this other day. Her soul rest in peace. She said, Dudu, you are so amazing, girl. After giving birth to 2 gigantic boys, you still have your tummy, your stomach flat. And I'm telling you, every time I remember those words from my mother, they just put a smile on my face. They make me feel good. They make me feel happy. And the result of that, I stand up for myself with my head held high, my shoulders up. That confidence is raised. Those are the words from my mother. If those words are coming from me every day, imagine the brightness of my light that will shine all over the world. I want to take you in this same journey so that you enjoy your short life on planet Earth. Come on, girl. Be in love with yourself. Be the best you are meant to be. I love you. Please share this video with other girls. Let's just lift ourselves up because we are up and above. Shut up.